So, within my physical environment, social environment, and family culture, motivational and anxiety stressors appear. For motivational, within my population, within my sport that that I'm observing, basketball is something all the kids want to do. In my area, a lot of kids dream of being about the next basketball star, um, following their favorite idols that play basketball. We're such a heavy society of basketball because a lot of people are taking their kids out of football. So it is very motivational to go through our community, go through and go up through the stage from middle school, or sorry, we call it TYBL, Youth League, to go into middle school, then to the high school levels. And so a lot of kids are motivated to, by their physical environment, to join basketball, to play basketball, to let basketball be part of their life. Social environment, it's that one sport that everybody wants to play. Um, but majority of kids might not have necessary skill level, and not many. There's not many spots on a basketball team as it is in football, per se, where football has so many positions and spot that kids can play. Basketball really only has five positions and probably two to three at the most of the same type of players playing those type of positions. And then for the family culture, it's it's one you want to be part of. I know for me and my guys, I have a brotherhood bond. We treat each other like blood brothers. When we get inside those four lines, we go to war with each other. But when we step against an opponent, it's all for one and one for all. And that my guys know that we build this family as much as we sacrifice through the blood, sweat, and tears. That this is a family, and it motivates them to sell out for their brother, sell out for me, sell out for their coaching staff, sell out for their parents that are in the stands watching, or their friends that are, that come to the games and support them. And, this is the reason why basketball is, in my population, is very motivational. These kids want to get out and, be part of something that's great. It's a great sport to watch. A lot of people like to watch. It's not as, aggressive as football or as slow as a golf. It's very entertaining. So these kids play for one another, but it also brings anxiety. Uh, like I said, it's that sport that everybody wants to play. So a lot of kids will train really hard, work really hard to be part of, to make the basketball team or make the basketball program. But a lot of people, through their physical environment, some kids just can't naturally be part of a basketball team because they're not the fastest, they're not the quickest, they don't have the body length, the measurements of being a basketball player. It can affect somebody's social life. A lot of kids that try to play basketball in my population tend to be discouraged because they want to be part of the culture. They want people to come out and watch them, and this puts a lot of stress on the family because now the families have to support their child, support their athlete because socially he's might be down. What if he doesn't make the team? All these high pressures. What about the pressures of keeping the grades right? What if you are an athlete and you're struggling on the educational side to keep a 2.0? So a lot of anxiety takes place. Um, so through motivational and anxiety uh, is all part of my population. So especially for me working with high school boys, I have to motivate them, but also watch out for the stress levels of anxiety when a kid is really too, he's too charged up or he's really jittery or he's scared to make a mistake for me. So, motivational and anxiety are two really big components when it comes to the population I'm observing. As for my second slide of physical environment, social environment, family culture, the desire to compete. And a need for feedback. To desire to compete, man, I mean, in your physical environment, you got to be in shape for the sport. A lot of kids will find personal trainers. They're in the weight room. They're working with skill trainers, and with pushing for to have your body look like a basketball player. A lot of these kids are going far beyond because they want that one spot. So they're going to do everything necessarily to get there. Some of these kids are going to sacrifice sleep to get to the gym a little bit earlier or stay a little bit later. They're really focusing on their bodies, and they're working on repetition, on fixing a jump shot or performing a dribble handoff or a dribble move in a sense. Um, for social environment, some of them might not have a social life, or some of them actually might gain extra friendship because they're tagged along with a friend who wants to be part of the basketball program as well. So kids are going off of social medias and really just focusing on themselves. So social environments might not be the most at its most high peak when it becomes you know to these athletes' desires to be on a basketball team. They're really pushing, to make sure that they're making a team. So their social life might take a hit, especially in this day and age with the all social medias. So I know a lot of my guys, per se, they would like, I tell them get off their phones a lot, focus on getting more reps in, hit the gym a little bit later. I usually sacrifice my time to make sure I open the gym up early enough for them to get their work in. So and for the family culture side of it, a lot of these kids, you know, who are fortunate enough to have a parent get out and go out and work with them, an older sibling, and get up and do drills with them. A lot of these family aspects, it just gives another leeway to a bonding relationship with their son or daughters. Um, so for the need of feedback, feedback's key and important for athletes. They have to understand why they're doing something, or you got to congratulate them, or you might even have to get on an athlete of in this population, just to make sure that they're getting better, they're not wasting time. Feedback is very, very crucial. It gauges for an athlete, and obviously these athletes are being vulnerable, expressing that the need that they need help. And for us as mentors, coaches, teachers, administrators, that we have to do what we have a power of doing, and that's enabling and giving these kids the confidence they need to succeed and something they desire to be a part of. So for the need of feedback and physical environment, tell them how good they look. You should work on this. You need better foot speed, the flick of your wrist, the snapping of your shot. Social environment, these kids are, they're not as, you know, if they're paying attention with their friends, they got to be better. They got to be better at, no, hey, I'm not gonna make it to this event tonight because I got to get to the gym and work out. So like I say, your social life takes a hit, and family culture, you need that positive feedback from the family and know that, hey, no matter what you do, win or loss, we got your back. So for this for desire to compete and need for feedback are very, very crucial in my population that I observe, and that majority of these kids, they want to be there, but at the same time they need the feedback to help them guide themselves to making this program. So for my guys, and the goals in my population are can be broken down as team and individual wise. For example, I have my starting point, my starting two guard. He's he's his goal is to shoot above a 37% shot from the 3-point line this year, as he's known for being a slasher and defensive type of guy, but he also wants to expand his range and you know become a better 3-point shooter to help his teammates, be more, for he can be more reliable for his teammates who drive and kick him the ball in a sense. Um, so we have him want to have a great shooting outcome from his performance. Um, his performances, he would just have to be a little bit. he has to put in the work. He has to understand that for him, he has to get up in the gym, uh, watch himself on camera and film, take notes from his trainers, his skill trainers, figure out from me how I want him to come off of screens or how to set his feet, how I want his elbow. So he's going to get in a day before and after practices to just get more reps in, more repetition in of shots, coming off of screens. He's wanting to get better in order to really be successful for his teammates. And for the process, how is he really engaging? How is he really engaging in getting that better? So for him, he has to go. Would like to say, 2 to 3 times a week where he's just doing 5 different spots of just shooting. That way, when he shoots, everything's the same. He knows how it feels muscle memory wise. So for my population and my goal, my two guard would have to, in order for him to see the desires that he want, to really put in the extra work outside of basketball practice. Now, for the way we would approach this, we would actually have fix my hat. We would have Cameron come in. I will specifically start him off in one spot of the court. We call 5-spot shooting. So what we would do is we would have Cameron start at the baseline. He will catch and shoot until he makes 10 from each spot. That way we have a consistent 10 shots going in, feeling the same. He watches it go through the net. He flicks the ball off his fingertips, his elbows high above his eye, and he's watching the ball as it goes in. And he would do that throughout the 5 spots: the 2 baseline, the 2 wing, and then the center of the key. And then after that, we'll move into a little bit more non-stagnant drills where we'll have Cameron start off the baseline, slide up to the top of to the wing to hit a 3, and he would have to shoot 5 of those. And at the end of the day, Cameron will have workouts where he sprints from half court to the top of the key and hit a 3-pointer. That way, it works on his cardio. This way, it gives Cameron the opportunity to be intimate with himself and to find find his groove, find his way, and that he shoots the ball with the same confidence, with the same repetition each and every time. So for my biblical mission statement, I get it from Philippians 2:3. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather humility values others above yourself. And to me, that's just how I am naturally wired. For me, I have a big, big heart for kids, and I would love to not only just mentor my basketball guys and help them succeed in life as young men, but also I want to reach out to my community. I want to be able to help younger women and young men in middle schools and, help them succeed and be great people in society. We live in a terrible world, and our kids are our future. So for us to really pour out into the youth, I believe that's why I am called here. I believe that I can make an impact on the youth's life. I'm not old where they don't respect me as somebody just older, but one of them, because I can relate. I know their lingo. I know their music. I know what trend is in. So for me, I have to reach as many kids, and with my basketball platform, I want to be able to be a voice where kids feel naturally that can gravitate towards me and help them, be great people on and off the court. And finally, for the takeaways, I believe this was a very, very fun class. I really got to, as a coach and as a mentor, I got to learn a lot. And going into my profession and my population that I want to and dwell in, it's this class was very helpful. One of the things I want to learn a little bit more is the self-determination theory. I believe that understanding why kids are motivated, understanding different type of intrinsic and extrinsic goals that an athlete may have for himself. What really what really pushed that individual to get to where he got to, and just kind of take that away, break that down a little bit more, understanding the different mental aspects of it, the different psyches of it, and understanding, just the different types of exercises there is out there. And I'm not talking about physically, but also mentally, emotionally, socially, and what other factors play a part in the SDT, this self-determination theory. I believe it's really interesting. This class was fun. I mean, got to learn a lot about feedbacks, motivation, different types of goals, and just as a coach and a role model, learning the different aspects, find the psychological world of sports. So thank you. I hope you really enjoyed my video.